All right, it is time for our writing lesson on Wednesday, and our figurative language um, component that we're going to work on today, is similes. You should have already watched the video about what similes are, and you know that they are a way to compare using the words like or as, and we do it in a way that is poetic. They're used in poetry a lot. Now, we do use them in regular writing um, when we're trying to describe things or to get a good word picture in your head. But most often you find them in poetry, as you saw in the video, and there was some practicing with writing them there too. So this should be something you're ready to do. So remember, we want this packet first, and we want to be on the simile page. And it says a simile is when two different objects are compared using the words like or as. So we're going to write a couple of examples. I'm going to do a couple, and then you are going to illustrate one or two of them. So usually if we are in the classroom, I will give you an object, a noun, and I will say, I want you to compare it to something using like or as. Some of the most common ones I use are, let's see, now my mind's going blank, are snow. Snow is an easy one to write similes for, and let's see, what else do we want to do? Snow and chair. Okay, so if I were going to do snow, I would think about what are the components of snow that you see that you would want people to understand. You know, it's very white and it's very soft and it's very cold. So you could use any of those in your descriptions. So I'm going to say the snow was as white as a sheet of paper. So let's write that down. The snow was as white as a sheet of paper. All right, and then I'm going to do the chair. When you think about elements of chairs, they're either comfortable or not comfortable. And I'm going to use the word like in this one. I'm going to say sitting on the chair was like a rock. Sitting on the chair was like a rock. And I want you to write both of those down. The more examples of similes you have before you write them on your own, the better. The snow was as white as a sheet of paper. So in your mind, you get a picture of drifts of something super, super white. And sitting on the chair was like a rock. And immediately your back should start to hurt and it feels sore, and so does everything else because a rock is uncomfortable to sit on. So you get that across. All right, then there is an illustration here. If you would like to draw an illustration of one of those two, just so you have in your mind what a simile is, you can. Remember, this is optional because we're not making that into a flip book. And then you're going to go to your snow globes and find the one that says simile. So you're on this page. You see there's simile. Remember, here you need to write what a simile is: a comparison using the words like or as, a comparison using the words like or as. Then here you're going to write your own simile, and then you're going to draw a picture of what you described. They say write a sentence about a snow day that contains a simile. in the space above the snow, draw an illustration for your simile. So you could write it about snow or a snow day, but it cannot be the same as the one that I wrote. It has to be different. Or it can be about anything you want. Maybe you want to write about the sun, or you want to write about flowers, or your mom, or some kind of food, anything you want to. But remember, you have to compare it to something that would describe it using the words like or as in the sentence. And then, of course, I want you to read me your own simile that you wrote so I know you understand what similes are. All right, until next time when we talk about metaphors.